I didn't really start writing my own music until I was older, just because I always grew up loving surfing and snowboarding and skating and all that. And all my friends were also skaters and surfers and snowboarders, and we'd all do it together. No one else, I really didn't know other musician friends, and like, all my friends were just starting to progress, and as well as myself, but I never got to the level of like all my buddies. And I remember being like, dang, like all these guys are so good and I'm like not as good. But music was always something that I did that no one else did. None of my friends did. And I felt like I was called to be a musician just through my own love of music and just what I feel like I have to say. And a lot of my music is inspired by, all this, like growing up in the Northwest, and about people I've met, relationships I've had, and the times I've spent out here. Well, I was going to school in Eugene, Oregon after high school. A friend of mine had asked me to come down and crash at what at the time was a loft in Venice that he had turned into later down the line like a live music venue and called the Winston House. And I started meeting people and playing and writing music. I was busy just in LA all the time making music, so every time I went home was like for Christmas or whatever, so I was never back, and I just didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I was writing the music I wanted to write. I don't even feel inspired and everything, and so I was just like, I need to go home and just start from scratch. And so this EP happened by me just taking a trip to my friend's studio on his property, and I think that really helped me stay in tune with him and set the tone for this music, is just like making it with like someone who's also from a similar place and background. I feel like I could open up myself in this project, and so we just wrote and recorded everything there, wrote everything from scratch, recorded everything from scratch, just me and him. It's mainly just about for a moment in my life where I'd felt just distance from it, and then kind of being able to save that passion that I had for it by going home to Portland and just figuring out what I needed to do to get it back again. It's definitely the most introspective group of material and songs that I've written, for sure, just because I felt like I was able to do it in a place where I could feel most comfortably myself. And so yeah, it's nice to finally have that and get all the videos here and shooting videos for it out here. It's just like my dream come true. I've always wanted to do that. Coming back here to Oregon, every chance I get, you feel more in touch with the world. And just like you can with music, you can with nature. Nature can give you that feeling of being in touch with your environment. An ecosystem is like a living thing, and so is music too. Nature and music are similar in that way of like giving inspiration to people, but also it being like a thing that's always ever changing. And it's really important for me to come back, and as soon as I come here, it's like all just like this lift of relief and this like stress that just all of a sudden just disappears. I'm always wanting to protect that, and we have to protect that, because if we don't have that, then we have nothing, My goal is really just to be happy, like making music, because I've felt what it's felt like to kind of lose that. Before I even started, I'm 25 years old. I haven't even gotten started yet, it feels like. And so many people, I want longevity in music. The most important thing in longevity is community. But that's just it, man. I don't want to compete with anybody. I don't want to, I listen to the radio and I'm like, sometimes I just trip out and I'm like, oh, do I need to be making this type of music, or do I need to be making stuff that's true to me? And then I realize, all the artists that I've grown up loving and that really inspired me to become a musician in the first place have been true to themselves and made the music that makes them unique and makes them unlike anybody else, Instead of me feeling like some distant artist that they can't relate to, I want them to feel like, oh, I totally know what he's talking about. And I think that's the most important thing, is just engagement and having that core you know, group of people that like you just feel like it's like your family, and will, you know, buy your t-shirts and go to your shows and support you and listen to your music and tell their friends, their family. That to me is it. That's everything.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are fucking amazing.